There's a park close by here. We moved to a new hotel here in Akwa Ibom State, Uyo. And there is a park close by. I've been going there frequently now, and I'm currently there. There's a football match currently going on, so I'm here watching. What I want to talk about is feeling safe. That it's the biggest privilege you can have, having the ability to feel safe. Most people would never understand what that means. Feel safe. Feeling safe also makes you feel confident in everything you do. You know, I was taking a walk around here today. It's a very big park. There's also a museum here. Unfortunately, I cannot do any sort of recordings about the museum or talk more about it. They said that it's not officially open. This is with the state government. But I feel safe coming here every day, so I guess I'll be coming here, and it's a large field. The guys here are playing football, so I'm a bit distracted. A goal was just scored. Let me turn this camera around. You know, the longer you stay here, the longer you stay alive, we start to lose our safety because we are being forced to follow lots of rules that do not matter. The only rules that matter are the spiritual laws. The only laws that matter are the spiritual laws. And once you step into that awareness and you put these laws into practice, you are going to find out that everything we have been taught, the metrics, not the metrics, the metrics, like, oh, you have to have good grades, you have to do this at a certain age, or it takes an amount of money to get this done. While this can be true to some extent, it's totally false, and it kills our sense of safety. I remember when I was around 18 years old, when I came to Lagos, I had no idea what I was doing. Now every time I look back and think of that decision I made and telling my parents about this, and they went ahead giving me the permission to do this, anytime I think about that decision, in my head back then when I was a lot younger, I saw it clearly that going to Lagos was going to be a successful trip. I had these plans. I was going to make so amounts of money, travel out of the country, get an education conventionally. But all that didn't happen, right? All that didn't happen. But there was something bigger I learned through that decision. I made that decision when I was in my own bubble of safety. As we get a lot older, this bubble of safety ceases to exist. Being naive and going into things blindly is done easier when you're younger and when you feel safe. And when you feel safe doing this, you can see the patterns very clear. If you want to achieve anything in life, you have to first of all feel safe. Feeling safe might not mean the same thing for everyone. For me, feeling safe is being able to have access to my time. That's when I feel safe. I know that if I want to go do this, I can do it without restrictions or without having to clock into a job that demands my time almost 100%. I have designed my life in a way that it gives me time for myself, because I know there's something greater for me to do other than just chase money. We lose safety when we chase money. I do not believe that's the way to live life. Money is needed for trade, transaction, and purchases, but basing your life primarily off how much money you need to make and how secured, how assured a plan is, strips you of your safety. Feeling safe. And feeling safe doesn't have anything to do with how much money you have in your bank account. Feeling safe doesn't have anything to do with who you know or how good the state of your health is. I know there are lots of people who are suffering from terminal illnesses, and these are people in my family as well who might not be terminal but have illnesses that really makes them feel uncomfortable. My mom, for example, who has lots of chest congestion, I see how she handles this problem. Over the years, I've seen my mom do so many things, irrespective of, that underlying illness, the presence of that illness. I see her still do so much, and I always try to encourage her and tell her kudos for still being strong. But currently, I do not want her working anymore. I want her to be in a different environment and feel safe in a different environment. So this is just my own personal take on safety and how I feel right now. I feel safe, and I have friends who are here for me, so I feel safe, and I'm grateful for that. Also, having family is what gives me safety. So every day I wake up, I know I'm not doing it all by myself. I'm doing it with the sense of safety and with love from those around me. Let's score. Are you going to score?